So welcome back to day one. Now we're going to take a look at the suggestions for you to revisit every month. These are things that are good thoughts to keep in mind, not just a one-time thing, but something to think about each time you go through the Social 30. So the first thought, quick and easy, is it time to update your background image to keep it fresh? Keep in mind, this image is an important thing because people will see it both on the mobile view and the desktop view, and it's just important to have something that looks good and that's high resolution. You don't want to have an image back here that's square and is low resolution, because when the screen blows it up this big, it matters the density of the pixels. So I don't want to pick on anybody, but you can go through and here's some great examples of images that have been stretched to fit the background very well. So anything that's personal to you or product related. Here's some nice tower garden images. Somebody's dog. Here's a great healthy living revolution image. So all good examples of this, but you want to just keep in mind that when you do this, we'll take a look here at, Sane's got a locked account. There's sometimes you can kind of tell that it may be low res. So here's an example, Amy, sorry to pick on you. An example of this is a little bit more of a square image than you probably want to have in your background, because you can't read it all. And you can see that when Twitter zooms in and tries to fit it to that square, it looks kind of grainy. So keep that in mind. It may be time to freshen up your background. Okay, so that's the first thought of the day. Second thought of the day is all about hashtags. And Twitter is a very great platform for using hashtags on, because again, we want everything that we do to be able to be found by other people on the platform. And so the way a hashtag works, think of it as a conversation unifying system or a conversation cataloging system. So when you use a hashtag that is being used by other people, your statement, your tweet gets included alongside all of those other people in that search. Okay, so if somebody searches for hashtag healthy living, it doesn't matter if they follow you or not. Your stuff is going to show up in that search. Okay, this is a good thing. So let's hop over here and take a look and see how this works. So hashtag healthy living. Let's see what pops. So when we're looking for hashtag healthy living, you'll see Twitter puts it in bold, and it's actually a live link. And you can click on any of these hashtags and get taken to every single post that has this particular hashtag. So you can sort it by top posts, which tend to be a little bit more popular, or you can just sort it in purely chronological order by latest. But you'll see I don't follow these people, but I can see what they have to say. And so this is why when Soundboard tweets for you, if you've picked a Soundboard account that includes auto tweeting, we use these hashtags, and we're constantly checking to see what hashtags are doing well, because we want you to be included in these larger conversations, so that when people do click around on these hashtags and create these searches, that they can see your stuff. So remember, when you're on Twitter and you're putting out good content, it's not just your followers who see it. Anybody who's engaged in these conversations can see it because you're included in them. All right, and so this is a important thought to remember about why to use hashtags. You can make up your own and try to be cute and clever and funny, but if nobody else is using that hashtag, you're kind of shouting into an empty room because it hasn't caught on. All right, it's not going to link you to other people's conversations. It's not going to include you in other people's conversations. So that's one thought. The other thought with hashtags is that a lot of times organizations plan and promote particular hashtags ahead of time. So this is March we just had in the U.S. was National Nutrition Month, and there was all kind of hashtags around National Nutrition Month, and there were Twitter chats, and so that's something that was announced actually in January, and everybody knew to use that hashtag during the month, and that way, this big conversation occurred. National Nutrition Month. So the month has passed, but we have lots and lots and lots of conversation around this thing. So the month, this is winding it down. April 1st post, the month is over, but you can go back and see all of these things that people posted about this particular planned trend. So that's the other thing that we try to do for you at Soundboard, is to include you in these larger planned trends. So be watching for that kind of stuff, and also think through how can you leverage what in getting to include these particular trends, hashtags in your tweets, in your Facebook messages, in your Instagram posts, so that you are part of these large conversations. So that is how hashtags work. See you next time.